Okay, well, let's get started. We're going to start in a little child's pose. So feet together, knees apart, arms press forward, hips drop back towards your feet. And just take 2 big breaths here. Big inhale, big exhale. One more big breath in, big breath out. And then we're going to bring it up to hands and knees. And we're going to step our right foot back. You're going to press into your heel. Just give it a little stretch there into your calf. And then we're going to give it a little rock back and forth, just on the ball of your foot. And then we're going to bring it back to center. So shoulders back over your wrist. You're going to squeeze your leg and make it nice and strong. Squeezing where your seat meets your thigh. You're going to float that leg up to hip height. Point your toes down. Tap, lift. Tap, lift. So you're squeezing through your glute, through your hamstring. 5, 4, 3, 2, lift up, hold, bend your knee, foot is pressed up towards the ceiling, press up and up, as if you could kick through the ceiling above you, up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. You're going to point your toe lower down onto your forearms, and then pulse up, 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 up. So toe is pointed straight up towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that knee down. Maybe give your hips a little shake from side to side. And then you're going to step your right foot back. Step your left foot back to meet it. And then you're going to pike your hips up towards the ceiling. Drop your heels, heads between your elbows. Inhale, bring it back to plank. Exhale, pike up. Inhale. And up. Good. So we're connecting our breath with our movement here. Inhale, up. Exhale, down for 2. Last one. And bring it back down. Drop back down to your knees. Feet together, knees apart. Press back, child's pose. Big inhale. Big exhale. Maybe give your wrist a little roll. And then we're going to bring it back up, hands and knees. Now we're going to step our left foot back, press into our heel, and give it a little rock back and forth. For 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Squeeze where your seat meets your thigh. Engage your leg. Float it up to hip height. Tap, lift. Tap, and lift. And up. And 5. Press out through your heel. 3, 2. Lift up, hold. Bend your knee. Press up and up. So foot is flexed here. Up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your forearms. Point your toe up and up and up and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Give your hips a little shake side to side. And then we're going to keep our hands here in front of us on our forearms. We're going to work that dolphin one more time. So step it out to plank. Pike up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And up. And down. For 3. And lower. Think about drawing your ribs in together. We're not slumping through our back. Last one. And then we're going to lower back down, hands and knees, child's pose. Press your hips back. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. Now we're going to bring it back up through hands and knees. We're going to spin ourselves around to a comfortable seat. Do a little bit of stretching and a little bit of arms, probably in reverse order. So we're going to bring our arms out long in front, palms face up towards the ceiling, and you're just going to curl your fingertips back towards your shoulders. Exhale out. So we want to keep our elbows high up here at shoulder height. And reach and tap. Imagine that you're holding something heavy in your hands and that you're resisting. You're really squeezing those biceps on the way in. For 3, 2, 1. Now you're going to reach your arms out long to the sides, palms face forward, little bend in your elbows. Tap your fingers to the front as if you were hugging a tree, and then open. And close. And open. Inhale. Exhale. And in. And open. So we're sitting up nice and tall, ribs lifting off our hips. Arms are at shoulder height for 3. And 2. Last one. And then you're going to open your arms back out. You're going to flip your palms up, and then you're going to bring your arms up overhead, fingertips tap together like you're hugging the moon. And open. And lift. Open. And up. And lift. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, bring it up. Pause here at the top. You're going to lower your arms down to about chest height and lift. And lower. And lift. Good for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. We're going to take a little stretch break here. Give your arms a little break. We're going to bring our hands to our shins. You're going to sit up tall. You're going to take a little cat-cow. You're going to tuck your chin, tuck your tail, gaze down towards your belly button. Exhale, lift up, chest, head, lift. Inhale, curl. Drop back. Exhale, lift. Couple more like that. Good, 2 more. Last time. Lift, 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 gaze up, and then bring it back to the center. You're going to bring your ribs around in a circle. So shift them over to the right, to the back, over to the left, big circle. So you're shifting around a little bit on your sit bones. That's the bony part of your pelvis that is probably digging into the floor. And then we'll take it around the other direction. Trying to make this movement a little more fluid as you go. Finding a little bit of mobility there in your back. And the last time, we're going to bring it back up to center and pause. You're going to bring your hands out in front. Elbows are up here at shoulder height. Hands are in fist, fists together. You're going to punch back with your right elbow and then bring it back. Left elbow, right elbow, left, right, and left, and right. So think about retracting your shoulder blades, pulling your elbow back behind you, bump, bump, for 4, 3, 2, good. One more set here. And then we're going back with both elbows and in. Imagine that you're squeezing a grapefruit between your shoulder blades, really trying to pull them together on your back and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Now you're going to lower your hands towards the floor, and I want you to scrunch your shoulders up towards your ears and then drop them down. Scrunch them up, drop them down. Scrunch and down. Just a little bit of deltoid work here. You could certainly add some light hand weights or some cans or bottles of water in here. Really to any of those arm exercises that we're doing for 2 and 1. Good. Pause. You're going to drop your right hand to the floor. Bring your left arm up and over. Keep both hips down on the ground. Chest is open to the front. And then up and over to the other side. And then we're going to bring it back to center. You're going to stay on your seat, but we want our feet on the floor. If you're not facing long ways on your mat, now's your time to give yourself a little spin. If you're already facing this way, great. Feet are on the floor, arms are reaching out nice and long, and we're going to just roll it all the way down. Let your feet come with you. Heels should be in line with those sit bones, that bony part of your bottom we were just on. Knees should be hips width distance apart. So that should be about a fist, maybe 2. Arms are reaching up towards the ceiling, palms face in. Inhale, press your low back down, and then curl your head, neck, shoulders up, gaze towards your belly button. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, little lift. Exhale, back down. And curl. So we want to make sure that our knees stay in line with our hips. They're not dropping open to the outside or in together. This is a good chance to literally keep an eye on them. For 2. Last one. Roll it down. We're going to bring our right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop. So knees are right over your hips. Shins are parallel to the floor. We're at 90 degrees. You're going to keep that 90-degree angle. Hinge from your hip. Right toes tap. Exhale, lift. So notice I'm moving from my hip. I'm not moving from my knee. We don't want to bend the knee to try to get the foot towards the floor. You're keeping this angle, and you're keeping your low back down. Belly button sinks down just with the right foot. For 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to switch it. Left foot down. Lift. Hinge. Lift. Tap. And tap. So again, just moving from the hip. Don't bend the knee. It's really tempting. For 3, 2, 1. Pause. Hug your right knee into your chest. Go ahead and send your left leg down to the mat, nice and long. Big inhale. And then we're going to send this right leg up to the ceiling, hands behind your right thigh. Find a little hamstring stretch. Big inhale. Big exhale. Hug that knee back in. And then we're going to set our right foot down, Bring our left foot to the floor and then draw our left knee in, send our right leg out long. Maybe take a little rock with your left leg from side to side. And then we'll send our left leg up to the ceiling, hamstring stretch, second side. And then let's hug that left knee in, slide it out long on the mat. So legs are out long, arms are reaching up. We're going back to those half curls. Inhale, curl your head, neck, shoulders up, gaze down towards your feet. Exhale, back down. Inhale, curl. Exhale, lower. Little lift up. For 3. We're setting up for our roll up here for 2. Last one, roll it all the way up. Round up, round forward, big stretch. So arms are reaching forward, ribs are pulling back. And then you're gonna sit up tall, point your toes, roll it all the way back down. You could bring your hands to your thighs or loop something around your feet if you would like, a towel, a blanket, a belt, a strap, whatever. Inhale, arms float up, head lifts, chest lifts, kick into your legs as you round up, round forward. Round out over your legs, flex your feet here, find that big stretch. Sit up tall, point, roll it back down. 2 more. Inhale, curl, lift, and forward. Last one, we're gonna meet at the top. So whatever you need to do to arrive in a seated position here is fine. Use whatever assistance you may need. We want to step our feet open a little bit wider than our hips, maybe as wide as a yoga mat. If you're on a mat that's wider than that, about this wide, just a little bit wider than your hips. So feet are flexed, knees can be bent, arms are going to reach out to a T, palms face down. Sit up tall, lift those ribs up off your hips. You're going to twist to one side. You're going to pulse your back arm back. 1, 2, center. 1, 2, and center. Bump, 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 bump. 1, 2, 1. Exhale on these pulses. 1, 2. Last set. We're still sitting up tall. And then we're going to bring it back to the middle. Legs come back in line with your hips. Roll yourself all the way down. Take a long stretch once you land. Arms and legs reach out. Big inhale. Big exhale. Hands are going to come to the floor. Feet are going to come back to the floor. So we want to reestablish this good alignment where your heels are in line with your sit bones. Your knees are in line with your hips. Hands are on the floor. We're going to start with just a small pelvic, like tilt, pelvic curl. So I want you to lift your low back up off the mat as much as you can. That should mean tilting your tailbone towards the floor. And then you're going to press your low back down. Your tailbone should start to lift up. Your low back flattens against the mat. Inhale, lift your low back. Exhale, press it flat. Little lift and press. One more. Now we're going to go through that one more time. You're going to lift your low back. And then as you press your low back down, you're going to let your tailbone lead the way and roll yourself up into a nice long bridge. So we're looking for a straight line here from your shoulders running out through your knees. And then you're going to exhale, roll it all the way back down. Now, if you need to adjust your feet, it's a good time. Low back presses down, roll yourself up. Knees are still in line with your hips. Don't let them fall in or out here. Exhale, roll it back down. Inhale, low back up. Roll it all the way up. Exhale, roll it all the way down. 2 more here. Press, squeeze, lift, press out through your knees. Exhale, back down. One more. Exhale, roll it all the way back down. Pause here. We're going to add on a little bit. If at any point these bridge variations are too much, just go back and do some more of the bridges that we were just doing. So you may need to scoot your feet in a little bit closer to make this work, and you may have to go up to figure that out. We're going to roll it up. You're going to come up onto the balls of your feet. So adjust yourself if you need to. Once this is a fairly stable situation, you're going to open your knees to the outside like a little butterfly stretch, and then bring it back in. Open, close, open, close. We're going to do a couple of variations of this, really targeting the glutes and the hamstrings. Open. Keep your hips high. 4, 3. It's kind of an elevated clamshell. 2, 1. Drop your heels. Roll it all the way down. Give your legs a little shake. Now, you're going to bring the bottoms of your feet together. Drop your knees open. So now you're really in that butterfly shape. You're going to bring your arms up overhead, and you can interlace your fingers here, or if something else is more comfortable, that's fine. We're just trying to keep our hands out of this. Feet are together. You're going to squeeze your butt. You're going to lift your feet up off the mat. So it's like a really small bridge. And then back down. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. So this is all glute, all hamstring, really working that back body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bring your hands down. Give your legs a little shake. Big inhale. Big exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and flip over to one side. So you're going to line up long with this back edge of your mat. You're going to bring your feet up to the front corner. Head either on your bicep or up in your hand. We're going to lift our top leg, point our toes. Little kick forward, and kick back. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're trying to stabilize through the upper body. It's not going to be totally still, but we're trying our best. Inhale and exhale for 2. 1 to the front, 1 to the back. Bring it back to the center, external rotation. So you're turning out from the hip. Your knee should be pointed up. Inhale, lift, pointed toe, flex your foot, kick out through your heel, engage your inner thigh, press all the way down. Point, float it up. Exhale, resist on the way down as if you're dragging it through mud. Point, flex. For 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Bring it back to parallel so your knee points to the front again. Lift that top leg up to hip height. Point your toes. You're going to draw a little circle. It's about the size of a pizza. And circle. You're trying to reach that top foot past your bottom foot for 3, 2, 1, and then draw your circles the other way. And circle. So same thing, just the opposite direction so that we work clockwise and counterclockwise for 3, for 2, for 1, pause. Now we're going to finish this side series with a little bit of hot potato. So you're going to take your foot to the front, tap, tap, lift it up to the back, tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, lift, tap, tap, bump, 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 bump. So it's a quick 1, 2. That's your hot potato, right? Like when we used to play the game. bump, bump, hot potato, bump, bump. One more to the front, and one more to the back, and then bring that leg back in. You can drop that knee to the front, maybe give that hip a little tap, a little massage. And then we're going to flip it over to our belly. We're going to do one more kind of glute exercise before we flip to the other side. So hands are underneath your forehead, head is down. You're going to bring your heels together, toes apart. So you're in that external rotation. It's going to be a little weird while your legs are down, but you're going to press your weight into your hips and you're going to lift your legs up off the mat. So now you should really be able to get those heels together, toes apart. You're going to click your heels together as fast as you can, lifting your legs as high as you can, really engaging your glutes. Tap, 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 tap. 5, 4, 3, 2, lower. Press back. Child's pose, feet together, knees apart, arms reach forward, big inhale. And then we're working our way to the other side, nothing too fancy. We're just gonna come up to hands and knees, spin yourself around, and then slide yourself down to the other side. Depending on how your camera situation is set up, that may work out a different way for you. As long as you end up on the other side, I don't care. Head on the bicep or up in the hand, feet, front corner, top leg, hip height, point those toes, kick, kick forward, kick, kick back. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2. Bump, bump, bump. And 1, 2, 1. Bump, bump. So we're still engaging through our core. That's what's keeping us steady here. Think about drawing your ribs together on the front. Last one. Last back. And then we bring it back to center, external rotation. Inhale, lift, flex, press through the heel, drag it down. Point and flex. Inhale and exhale. Point and flex and lift. For 3, 2. Last time, lower it all the way down. Bring it back to parallel. Lift it back up to hip height. Point your toes, little circles. And circle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles the other way. Reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Finishing here with our hot potato. Foot to the front. Tap, tap. Lift. To the back. Tap, tap. Lift. Bump, bump. Up. Bump, bump. Inhale. Exhale. Bump, bump. Bump, bump. For 4. And lift. And 3. Last 2. And last one. And bring that leg back in. You can drop the knee to the front. Give it a little tap. We're going to flip it back over. We're going to finish just like we started. Feet together, knees apart, arms reaching forward. 2 big breaths here. And take one more big inhale. And big exhale. And that is it for today.